most productive people are often the ones who have mastered the art of time management. They know how to use their time wisely and efficiently in order to get the most out of their day. In this video, we'll be taking a look at 10 habits of highly productive people. Efficient people usually have certain things in common, and if we can adopt some of these habits, we might just find ourselves being a lot more productive too. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Welcome to Coffeepo.com, where you learn finance every day. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do, as we bring valuable information every day to keep you informed and updated about finances. 1. Focus on most important tasks myths first. You've probably heard of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology MIT, but did you know that a MIT can also help you be more productive? The theory behind most important tasks myths is that any given to-do list has some tasks that are more important than others. If you focus on simply checking off to-do list items, you'll end up with a mix of important and less important tasks completed. This can also expose you to the potential for procrastination. It's easy to spend the whole day checking off easy, less important to DOS instead of buckling down on the hard stuff. Instead, spend a few minutes at the beginning of your day to choose 3 myths, the things that, no matter what, you need to finish by the end of the day. With a renewed focus on what's important, it's easier to create a meaningful to-do list. Make sure the important things get done. 2. Cultivate deep work. Some tasks are just hard, whether it's because they are not interesting or because they require intense focus. These tasks can be difficult to get through. However, as Cal Newport argues in his book Deep Work, mastering the skill of focus can give you a significant advantage. Deep work requires that you devote serious time and mental effort to a task. This can be difficult to do in a world that is constantly trying to distract you. However, if you can learn to focus, you will be able to accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Start by setting aside some time each day to work on a task that requires your full attention. Turn off all distractions and give yourself permission to focus. It may be difficult at first, but with practice, you will be able to get through even the most difficult tasks. 3. Keep a distraction list to stay focused. It's easy to get distracted when you're trying to be productive. Whether you're trying to focus on deep work or just dealing with smaller tasks, distractions are the bane of productivity. It's hard to maintain efficient work habits with distractions around. One powerful method of reducing distractions is creating a distraction list. Keep this list, whether it's a Google Doc or a physical piece of paper, nearby while you're working. Whenever a distracting thought pops up, write it down on the list and get back to work. This technique, which is one of the secrets to the Pomodoro technique, is powerful because a lot of the time your distractions legitimately require attention. If you're doing deep work and suddenly remember a bill that needs to be paid, or have an idea for a new blog post, those are thoughts that deserve attention. They just don't deserve it right now. As thoughts arise during your work, jot them down. Once you reach a break in your work, you can come back and either tackle them or add them to your larger to-do list. This way, you can give your full attention to the task at hand, and you won't forget about the other things you need to do. 4. Use the 𝐬𝐸𝐺 matrix to identify long-term priorities. The 𝐬𝐸𝐺 matrix is a decision-making tool that can help you to prioritize your work and focus on what is truly important. Named after former U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower, the matrix is a simple way to sort out your tasks based on urgency and importance. If a task is both urgent and important, it is a priority, and you should work on it right away. If a task is important but not urgent, it is something you should plan for and work on in the future. If a task is urgent but not important, it is a distraction, and you should delegate it or ignore it. And finally, if a task is neither urgent nor important, it is a waste of time, and you should eliminate it. The 𝐬𝐸𝐺 matrix can be a helpful tool in both your personal and professional life. At work, it can help you to prioritize your tasks and make sure you are working on the most important things. In your personal life, it can help you to focus on what is truly important to you and avoid getting caught up in things that are simply a distraction. 5. Use the 80-20 rule. 20th principle is a simple yet powerful concept that can help you prioritize your tasks and get more done in less time. Also known as the Pareto principle, it states that in any pursuit, 80% of the results will come from 20% of the efforts. In other words, You can achieve 80% of your desired results by only 20% of the work you put in. This principle can be applied in many different areas of your life, including your work. Highly productive people identify the most important 20% of their work and find ways to cut down the other 80% of their schedule. This allows them to focus on the tasks that will have the biggest impact and get more done in less time. If you want to be more productive, try applying the 80/20 principle to your work. Identify the 20% of tasks that are most important and focus on ways to cut down the other 80% of your schedule. This will help you get more done in less time and achieve your desired results. 6. Break tasks into smaller pieces. Have you ever found yourself putting off a task, even though you know you should get it done? If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with procrastination, and it can be a real challenge to overcome. There are a variety of reasons that people procrastinate, but one of the most important is that the tasks on their to-do list just seem too daunting. If you have to-do list items that are large in scope and not very specific, tackling those tasks becomes challenging. You look at the item and think, I don't even know where to start. You can start by breaking large to-dos into smaller to-dos. Set small goals for each task. If I have a to-do list item labeled write a blog post on productivity, it's easy to ironically put it off because there are a few different places I could start. Instead, break that task down into smaller goals. For example, research blog post topics on productivity and outline the blog post. These specific tasks are much easier to complete, and they'll help you make progress on your larger goal. 7. Take breaks. It's no secret that breaks are important for productivity, but what many people don't realize is that taking breaks can actually make you more productive. That's because when you take breaks, it's important to make them structured and deliberate. The Pomodoro technique is one popular method for taking breaks. The Pomodoro technique suggests 25-minute blocks of work with short 5-minute breaks. You work intensely for a specific amount of time, followed by intentionally not working for a shorter amount of time. Scheduling breaks can keep you fresh and productive throughout an entire day. And when you take breaks that are just a few minutes long, you can recharge and come up with new ideas. So if you're looking to be more productive, be proactive about taking breaks. 8. Make fewer decisions. In today's society, it seems that we are constantly having to make decisions, whether it be what to wear, what to eat, or what to do with our free time. It can often feel like we are constantly being bombarded with choices. This can be overwhelming and can lead to us feeling stressed and bogged down. However, there is a way to lighten the load when it comes to decision-making. Barack Obama, for example, has said that he never makes a decision about what to wear. By outsourcing or eliminating everyday decisions, we can free up our time and energy for more important things. Other highly productive people have made similar comments about their own efficient habits. Author and entrepreneur Ramit Sethi has what he calls Ramit's book buying rule. If you're thinking about buying a book, just buy it. Don't waste 5 seconds debating it. Even one idea makes it more than worth the price. If you're trying to decide between 2 books to read, Sethi would say, read them both. There's no point on wasting your decision-making energy on the unimportant. So, next time you're feeling overwhelmed by all of the choices in your life, remember that you don't have to make every decision yourself. 9. Eliminate inefficient communication. If you want to be a highly productive person, you need to eliminate inefficient communication. This includes things like long, rambling email chains, unnecessary meetings, and fruitless back and forths. Instead, focus on getting your point across quickly and effectively. This means being clear and concise in your writing and using face-to-face communication whenever possible. By eliminating inefficient communication, you'll be able to get more done in less time, and you'll be less likely to frustrate your colleagues in the process. 10. Learn from successes as well as mistakes. There is no one-size-fits-all answer to the question of what makes a person productive. However, there are certain habits that tend to be associated with high productivity. One of these is the ability to learn from both successes and failures. People who are highly productive tend to be constantly looking for ways to improve their performance. They are always learning from their past experiences and using what they have learned to make better decisions in the future. This allows them to avoid making the same mistakes over and over again, and to make the most of their successes. Another habit of highly productive people is that they are very organized and have a clear plan for what they want to achieve. They know what needs to be done and when, and they make sure that they allocate their time and resources accordingly. This helps them to make the most of their time and to avoid wasting time on activities that are not directly related to their goals. If you want to be more productive, then try to develop these habits. Learn from your past experiences and use what you have learned to make better decisions in the future. Be organized and have a clear plan for what you want to achieve. And make sure that you allocate your time and resources wisely. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.